their leader, like?
What about it?
I suppose it was a 8-point win in the end. I suppose you're pleased with the performance here?
Kind of pleased with the performance. I'm pleased with the result. I think we weren't great in patches. We were very good in other patches, but I think the sending off had a big bearing in the game as well. But particularly pleased with the second half, not so much in the first.
How did you find restructuring to have the free man? How did you feel that worked?
Yeah, it's hard in the instance. It's hard to communicate on the field or get messages onto the field. You know, they're very strict at the sideline. But when we got them in at half time and were able to talk a little bit more about it, then I think it worked perfectly in the second half. A lot of ball was swept up by Owen Gunning at the back and really set a platform for us.
And in that middle third, you seemed to turn over a lot of ball. I think Ronan, I was counting, did he set up 6 points for people?
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of hard work done in that area.
Yeah, and again, that was something that needed to be brushed up on from the first half to the second half. Thought we were loose. There was times there it looked like Kilkenny had the extra man around that middle of the field in the first half. I thought we got people to the break, but if Kilkenny won it, then we weren't tracking runners off the shoulders and stuff. And when that tied it up in the second half, we really set a platform for ourselves to get some scores on the other end.
And you conceded 15 points. I think that might have been the same as against Cork in the monthly final. Kilkenny didn't hit wide until 50 minutes. Your defence is really building something good there.
Yeah, and in fairness to Kilkenny, they were on song in terms of their shot conversion, and I think that they did seem to go over the bar, but even in saying that, for our lads to keep them down to 15 scores in a field like Thurles is a credit to them. But our defence, in fairness, have been rock solid all year and a real foundation for us.
I'm back here in Sunday 2 weeks for another big occasion.
Yeah, we'll go out now. Like obviously, the two other teams, Galway and Cork, are playing outside, so we'll go out and have a look at that. We'll probably all be in Ennis tomorrow, hoping that our seniors can turn one over on Cork, and we'll look after our bodies and then get ready for 2 weeks.
I suppose for Clare underage hurling in general, the under-20s get to Munster final, the minors get to the first All-Ireland in 13 years. It's been big development in the last few years.
Yeah, there's loads happening, you know, and there's so many people to credit for that. I'm not going to name names because I'll probably forget someone, but in the last couple of years there's been a real shift in terms of how we prepare underage teams. Even today with our senior footballers are playing right now, I think, against Donegal. So that competition for supporters, I suppose, and the fact that there's a match tomorrow, it would have been tight, but all of the development squads came, loaded up the buses, played challenge matches around Thurles today, and it was great to see them all there, and they'll be hoping that they can be in this situation soon as well.
Sure.
Yeah, I suppose Brian, half time was good to you when it came, because you sort of got to get that word. I suppose you couldn't get it onto the field, but you got it at half time. You changed things up. You sent in a better ball in the second half, I felt, and then the placement of Owen Gunning really did an awful lot of work there, like they all did.
Yeah, we tidied up a little bit in terms of how we use the ball, and of course when Owen gets on the ball, you know, he does use it very well, but in general I think we just got a little bit sharper, didn't get caught on the ball or give Kilkenny a chance to get 2 or 3 bodies in around us. So we talked about just sharpening up our balls and using the extra man.
Yeah. Jack Miskill got an injury there at half time, just after half time. I think was it after half time. It didn't seem to affect you, but how was Jack himself? I think he said it was very good.
I have a chance to talk to him now, and you see him that he has the sock off and an ice pack around it, so hopefully it's not too bad. Rolled his ankle, and hopefully it can be fully recovered for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're benched in, you're Fred, you have Harry, you have all them lads come in, and Michael Power came in as well, and Emmett Mulcahy. They all contributed really well.
I think similar to the other games that we played, anyone that's come on has done very well. It's the time of the day, you know, you're looking out and you're trying to figure out if there's a little bit more in fellas, because they're doing really well, and it's just getting the fresh legs on, and straight away when one that just jumps to mind is Emmett got on the first ball that when he came on, he got onto the first ball that broke around him and he put it over the bar. So yeah, it was great to see that. Yeah,
Mark O'Connor come on as well, of course, with Jack Miskill. But an All-Ireland final now on the 4th of June. It's fantastic to be here, come back here to Thurles for an All-Ireland final. You know, given where we were maybe a few years, we didn't, like it's 13 years since we've got to an All-Ireland final. Let's say I was at that, it seems even longer, so I had black hair back then, but
yeah,
it's a huge thing, like I say.
it is, yeah, but like I suppose we just can't get distracted by the fact that it's an All-Ireland final. No matter who we're playing here, it's going to be a really tough game, and it'll be a challenge for us, I suppose, to just make sure that we treat it as another game. I know people don't like that cliche of a saying, but to just treat it as another game and try and play the way we've been playing all year and not get too bogged down in the fact that it's an All-Ireland final.
Yeah. You have an awful lot of work to do, yourself and the lads there, to bring a team to an All-Ireland. It takes huge amount of effort and crossing T's and dotting I's and everywhere. Like, it's a huge job, a huge task these days with everything that goes on now with teams.
Yeah, it's massive, and it's not just the lads that are inside the dressing room with us. It's partners, it's wives, it's parents. They all have a hand to play. County board, they all have a hand to play for trying to get a team this far. And anywhere we've looked, there's been nothing wanting. So it's great that we have full support.
Yeah, absolutely. You deserve all the support you can get. Thanks a million, Brian. Thanks.
Cheers for the time. Appreciate it.
Well, good evening, congratulations into an All-Ireland final. You played a real captain's part again today, like, and you must be delighted now to get over that one. It's a sticky one in All-Ireland semi-final.
Yeah, semi-finals are never easy to win, especially against Kilkenny. Anytime we play Kilkenny, it's hard. But we dug deep. We talked about it at half-time with the man up. We needed to build the play, just use our style of play, and thank God got us over the line.
Yeah, absolutely, got you over the line. You changed a bit at half time. I think you didn't go for the long shots as much, and you stepped into the middle there. I think it made a huge difference. You got on a lot of ball.
Yeah, look, with the extra man, I was told to stay as the extra man and just do the job of sweeping up, helping the lads at the back, but also going forward, showing for 1-2 puckouts, showing for Jamie, Matthew, James, showing for that, and just getting forward as well.
The vital thing was that we kept in front. We kept in front right through the game once we got a hold, and that's all against Kilkenny. If they had got in front, it would be hard to pull up really many again. Like, so, once we hit the front, we held it after half time.
Yeah, we showed leadership there today. Kept tapping away the points. We didn't get a goal, but look, nothing to worry about. We got over the line in the end.
Yeah, you scored a point there. You don't do the ordinary. You do the extraordinary, or there's a super point. You flicked it again over the head.
It just helped me. I kept going, open road in front of me, and I just took a shot and it went over. Thank God.
Yeah, it was a brilliant score. We said it was worth the entrance fee alone. Like, but James Haggerty from Freeze there, he was brilliant as well. James Wiley got a great point. Everybody from up, 3 of the back scored, and all the forwards scored, and the 2 midfielders scored. So I mean, you can't ask for any more.
No, look, we've done a lot of work on shooting. We've done a lot of passing off the shoulder, and look, a lot of our points today came from off the shoulder ones.
Yeah.
And look, it's good to see. It's good to see that the training's paying off, and we're replicating what we do in training out in the field.
Yeah. Probably a hard question to ask you. What did you think of sending off? Maybe you didn't get a chance to see it properly.
Look, I was going out. He tried to me with the shoulder. I'm sure he didn't mean it, but look,
you missed time.
It's hard.
It's
tough for him, but
we thought
it's okay.
Yeah, it seemed a bit harsh, I thought, but anyway, it was what it was. But so you're into an All-Ireland final now. Galway are the hot favourites for the next game. Would you go out and have a look at what Galway have to offer?
We'll see. We'll see. We're well with ourselves though. Just work on ourselves, keep going, keep training, and look, we won't worry too much about the opposition. We know we're good enough, so no matter who it is, we'll be there.
Yeah, you've had a brilliant year now. You're amongst the champions. Beating Kilkenny in All-Ireland final and give you huge confidence now as well going into a final. So it's the 4th of June, I think, here in Thurles for All-Ireland final. That's a superb fixture for us, like, to be in.
Yeah, that'll be a special day. Any All-Ireland final day will be special. This is a group, no one here has played in an All-Ireland final. And look, we'll embrace it, we'll enjoy it, and we'll try our best to get a result.
Old winning captain of this great minor team, thanks very much, and we'll see you in the All-Ireland final. Thanks a million. Gordon Kilroy, congratulations, you're heading for an All-Ireland final.
Yeah.
Brilliant to beat Kilkenny here in Thurles.
Yeah, super win, we're just delighted with it. Kind of disappointed with the first half, but then came out all guns blazing there in the second half, and we pushed ahead there, and even by the end score we kind of
23 points to 15, so that's a comprehensive win really. Yeah, in every first half, you would expect that in an All-Ireland semi-final because it's one you just don't want to lose, and you're a game away from getting an All-Ireland final. So you would expect that, like, but you still went in with that point lead, which is, I always say, going in at half time, even if it's a point, it's a great advantage going in. Yourself, you knocked over 2 great points there, super points.
I'm not the biggest scorer myself now. I'm more of a defender, but I'm happy to get in the scoreboard anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's the third point I've scored this year now, or I've scored 3 points altogether, but I'm happy to contribute to the scoreline anyway, as well as defending.
Yeah, it's fantastic to get those scores. I suppose when you settled down the second half, Owen moved into sort of a sweeper role, I suppose, there with the extra men, and that gave us, and you started playing in a different ball then. You played up the wings and you played more thought about ball rather than just lofting it in.
We were told about countless times there at half time that we need to build a play, because that's our motto. Like, we work it out from the back, run off the shoulder. Like the long deliveries don't work that well with the breaks and stuff, so we're the best at the fast runners off the shoulder and delivering it into the forward line or popping it over.
Yeah, absolutely. And James Hegarty's points were just sublime.
Yeah, he's solid as a rock there on the frees. I don't think he missed one. So
yourself, Michael Collins and Sean Arthur, 5 points on the 3 there. That's not bad from a half hour in All-Ireland semi-final.
Yeah, as well as scoring though, our main thing is working back as well, helping our backs and causing bad deliveries there from the half back line into our full back line to help them out then. But happy to get in the score sheet.
Yeah, well, you did get on the score sheet, and I expect you to be on the score sheet now in an All-Ireland final. So, Ronan Kilroy, fantastic stuff, great, brilliant. It's lovely following this team. He brought us all the way now to an All-Ireland final. So one more day out.
Yeah, hopefully you can win it anyway and do the county proud.
Yeah, well done, well done. You're doing us proud anyway. Thank you. Jack Meston, congratulations there. Wonderful display there in that first half. You didn't get much of the second half. You got a leg injury. How was the leg, first of all, James?
They're alright. Plenty of ice now and
plenty of ice, Jack, great performance of the team. Great to beat Kilkenny here in Thurles. I mean, Kilkenny were tough. They were hard. They weren't easy to break them down.
Yeah, it was a sluggish enough kind of affair because it was a bit humid or a bit close or something in the air anyway. Like, lads were sweating. It was very hot. At the start, but we went out in the second half. We kind of, like the sending off the first 10 minutes was a big part of the game. Like, an extra man, but we didn't really use him in the first half, and then the second half we came out and we just played the right ball to hand and got forward and got scores.
I think Owen Gunnings probably went into the free man in and he was sweeping.
Yeah, we all went.
He had a big impact on it. It was a typical semi-final. It's very hard in a semi-final. You don't want, the last thing you want to do is lose a semi-final. Like you want to win every game, but a semi-final can be tricky, and I think that's the way it was.
Said to us, like Donald and Brian, like semi-finals can turn into dogfights very easy. Like we knew we seen it against Limerick inside the park, how hard it was to get out on top, and even again today, like tough game. Yeah,
your club mate James Hegarty there, he was brilliant there from the frees, and they were hard frees.
Yeah. Serious performance, even from play as well. I think he scored from play as well in the first half. So delighted,
Conor Rinn told me there he can't talk. He's suffering from the flu.
Yeah,
so he put in a great performance.
There, James as well. Like he nearly man of the match display there, and he sick. Like it was.
Yeah.
So we had to just try and push through it there today. So
you spit in the eye of flu and all that kind of stuff. You just
they had it before there.
You just have to do the job. Jack, brilliant display. You got 2 marvellous points there. You were lucky for a third one, but great stuff, Jack. And looking forward to that Ireland.
Thanks a minute.
Thanks. Michael Collins, congratulations in an All-Ireland final, Clare, after beating Kilkenny here in Thurles. There's a nice ring to all that, isn't there?
Oh yeah, it was brilliant. Kilkenny are obviously established team, very physical, and we knew they'd bring us up to us, and we just had to match it, and thankfully we did.
Yeah, they brought a huge amount of physicality there in the first half. I suppose we have to mention the sending off. Up in the stand, we didn't think it was a sending off.
I'm not really sure what happened. I think it was a head collision or something, wasn't it? I suppose had a bit of a factor on the game, but overall I think we were the better team.
Yeah, you were able to get. Yeah, you were in the second half there. Proved it. Like, but they didn't have any weight in the first half, and they stayed with you. But in the second half, then you found your feet and you found your groove.
I think there was only a point between at half time, and the manager told us to stick with it and just keep building the play, and we kind of pulled away towards the end there, thankfully.
Yeah. You kind of hit a long ball in that first half, but the second half, when you played the wings and that, and a probably a more thought about ball, you got the dividends for it.
Yeah, I suppose we're kind of nervous at the start, I'd say, but it's kind of a pattern now. We kind of don't really start that fast, but that's something to improve on for the final now. Yeah, it's and every start it might be, but like you were up 3 points before half time, and then they got the 2 late points, but which gave them a bit of momentum then, like. But the second half, it's all about the second half. If you're there at half time, which you seem to be at every game, it's all about your second half then. We kind of our fitness, the training we did at the start of the year is kind of paying off now, and we're kind of pulling away at the end of games, thankfully.
Yeah, all these scores from everywhere, midfield, all the forwards scored, and James Hegarty was superb in the freeze, and he scored one for good measure, and Owen Gunning one for good measure as well.
Yeah, even the subs that came in, they all had impact. I think Harry scored and Emmett got a point, and they really drove us on. When the legs were getting tired, they were springing up.
Well, Mark Sheedy, there was a ball dropped in there later. We're trying to get a goal, and he sprung off the ground again. He's just a superb goalkeeper. So a great performance all round. Can I just ask you, do you know where the match will be? The final would be played?
I think it's Thurles now again. Yeah. I'd say it'll be Thurles.
Yeah. Will you hang around for the next game, or what?
I'd say we will now.
You probably will. Yeah.
We'll relax.
You can relax now. Job done. Michael Collins, congratulations! Great performance again. Great to be in the Munster final, no matter what happens going forward. So thanks very much.
Thanks.
Great stuff.
Thanks.